it's Louise, the big head bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day, wherever it is you are and whatever it is you're up to. Hello, hello. Welcome back to Friday Reads. It's Friday Reads. It's Friday Reads. I'm here on a Friday. It's Friday Reads. It's Friday Reads, people. How you doing? Friday Reads, episode 2. I know, 2 weeks running. Gonna keeping on. What do you think? Yeah, thank you so much for all the lovely comments and the views and the likes. Is that what you say? On the last video, that was very lovely of you. Thank you very much. On my return to Friday Reads, and of course, I had to come back. I have to talk. I have my excellent mic. I have checked. It is currently recording. Oh yeah. So the camera is charged and the microphones are charged. So I feel like I've already run, and probably I could wrap up the video there and it would be counted as a successful video. Yeah, like and subscribe for more. What do you say? Yeah, it's good, isn't it? But of course I am here for more than that. Yes, I've got some books. I've got two books actually that I'm reading. One of them I'm listening to as an audio book. One of them I'm actually reading with my eyes. I've got a new book, and then I've got something associated with books that I thought I'd share with you. But as this is Friday Reads, and due to the several comments, I was surprised, not gonna lie, a little bit surprised by this, but there were several requests for laundry chat. For laundry chat. And I thought, yeah, of course, I am going to bring that back because I am obsessed by it. I do check the neighbours' laundry. If you're new here, I do like to look out of the window and see what the neighbours are doing with their laundry. I'm not kind of going out sniffing it or anything like that. You know, it's not that kind of obsession. But I do love a bit of pegging out myself, which does sound like something that only consenting adults should discuss in the privacy of their own home. But it's not. It just means putting out the clothes on a clothesline with clothes pegs. I use the traditional wooden ones. Actually, at the moment, the current chief pegger outer, which again sounds like something consenting adults don't search on Google. That would be a terrible idea. It is my husband. The husband actually does a lot of the pegging out at the moment. So yeah. That sounds like we've got a kind of open marriage, but it's not that way. It is all about laundry. Yeah. So I had a look before I came out. In our back, which is where I'm in the back of the house. All I can see is my own laundry. I haven't actually got any out today, although it would be a good day for it because it's that kind of warm but blustery. So it's perfect pegging out weather. The front, the middle house, theirs has been out for over a day. So I do fear that it will have got rained on because we're having that kind of squally showers coming through at the moment. So yeah, I think that might have to go. They do that. Obviously in summer it's a lot better and they're more successful. But I do admire their determination. They are, they're good. The people next to them, which I'm just going to say the gravel house, that will make nobody else understand it, but they're actually very organised. They're very thorough. I think the lady of the house is the main lady for that, and she puts it out and she takes it back in and she's organised. The middle house, as I can say, is a bit more free flow, a bit more free form with their laundry. But yeah, so yeah, there is still, there is still that kind of little obsession of mine. But as I say, I'm not over the fence, I just privacy in my own room. I have a little look round. But yeah, there we go, laundry chat. It's a good one. It's a good day for it today. Maybe after we've done this, no. The thing is, the heat doesn't last in the day. So unless you really want them out by lunchtime, otherwise your second load is not going to dry. Top tip for you there. There are some days. This weekend though, we're having a heat wave. Yeah. So hard not to sing the song, but we're having a heat wave this weekend, so we will definitely clear the washing basket. And some of that will be bath mats. Do you need a hot day for a bath, man? Anyway, I'm going too deep into laundry chat there. So yeah, we'll just move on to some parish notices. So there are 2 parish notices today. First parish notices say thank you to everybody for your lovely comments re our cat situation and our lovely Molly. Just to report that Indy been back to the vets and has put on some weight. Not masses, but he is definitely better, and he's liking 3 square meals a day. He's there in his bowl. He's like demanding, so which is a great sign. So he's still looking like a bit like a patchwork cat because of his fur's not growing back, but he's so much better. So that's the first parish notice. The second parish notice is that the WI tabletop sale, which was going to take place this weekend because it's bank holiday weekend, is now no longer happening because the village hall was demolished last Thursday. As the notices had been up for over 18 months and nothing had happened, it was actually a surprise when the demolition took place. And so we don't have a village hall at the moment. So the redoubtable ladies of the WI are organising another date for the tabletop sale. Just to clarify, you don't bring a table. It's stuff to go on a tabletop. Yeah? So don't come with a table. It's stuff that you would bring. And to the people that did actually bring things on the day that the village hall was being demolished, we admire your fortitude. However, they were covered in dust and have had to be thrown away. But yeah, so no tabletop sale this weekend. We are looking for somewhere for the quiz, which was supposed to be on Monday. We're thinking the local pub. I'll get back to you on that. Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. That was the parish notices. And now we'll go on to the books, which is why you're here, friends. This is why you're here, Friday Reads. Friday Reads. We're going to talk about Friday Reads. So what am I listening to at the moment? I am still listening to Patricia Wentworth's The Silent Pool. I've nearly finished it. Oh, yeah, I am nearly finished it. I'm, a good, I don't know what, 2/3 of the way through it, if not more. It's not the best. It is good. And I have read it before with my eyes about 4 years ago, and I'm listening to it on Audible because I found out that a narrator I like it is actually narrating it. Her name's Diana Bishop. I really like her. Always makes me think of Discovery of Witches, but it isn't the same person. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it's actually the real Diana Bishop. It's even better. But she is very good narrator. I really like her. It isn't the best. There isn't enough Miss Silver for me in it. I do like, if it is a book that features a detective, I kind of like the detective to be in it quite a bit. She's not enough in this one, but it is good. So this is about Adriana Ford, a former actress, has always enjoyed being the focus of attention, until that focus seems to be centred on hastening her death. First, she felt herself being pushed downstairs. Then there was the bowl of poisoned mushroom soup. When she found one of her tablets tampered with, that was the last straw. She approaches Miss Silver discreetly and is given some sound advice, which she then chooses to ignore. And it carries on from then. When was this written? It is obviously, 1956. So it is post-war. It's not heavy in the kind of social. Some of them have a bit of social narrative about it, but this one doesn't particularly. But I do like it. It's a very, very gentle crime novel. Very gentle mystery novel, rather than crime novel, mystery novel. Which I'm enjoying. So, yeah, it's good. So I should be finishing that. I'll finish that in the next day or two. I don't know what my next one will be, actually. Not sure what my next one will be. What I'm reading with my eyes is a book I showed you in last Friday Reads, A Case of Mice and Murder by Sally Smith. I had finished the book I was reading. I finished that over the weekend, which I'll tell you about in another video. This one, I couldn't work out what to read next, and I thought, no, so I'm listening to a mystery, and this is a mystery as well. This was recommended by Grumpy Reader, who was then a bit like, oh, I hope you like it. Oh. And it says on the front, a delight from the first page by the Sunday Times, and that's how I felt. I started reading it, and from the first page, I thought, I'm in. I like it. I like it a lot. So this is when barrister Gabriel Ward steps out of his room on a sunny morning in 1901. His mind is so full of his latest case that he nearly doesn't notice the body of the Lord Chief Justice of England on his doorstep. But even he cannot fail to notice the silver carving knife sticking out of the judge's chest. In the ancient courtyards of London's Inner Temple, murder has been confined to the casebooks for centuries, until now. So it is set round the Inns of Court, around Temple in London. It's set in 1901, as I just said. Sir Gabriel Ward becomes the unlikely detective. Oh, the character of Sir Gabriel Ward. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. He is a man in his 50s, late 50s, very set in his ways, very, 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 very routine focused. And one would say ASD spectrum coded, I would say, which is autistic spectrum disorder coded. Yeah. He's a great main character, but it's not so over heavy that you get bogged down in him. Is not the detective's character. So Gabriel Ward's character is has a distinct flavour, which is pushing the narrative along, but it isn't stifling the narrative, and it isn't over pervasive. He has a policeman sidekick who they work really well together. It's written very, very nicely. It says it's not humorous, but there are the odd turns of phrase that have caught me. Sally Smith was a barrister. Was she a barrister? She is barrister, or where is it? Does it say about Sally Smith? Because I read about her. I must have read it in the book somewhere. Yes, a barrister, and later a QC in the Inner Temple. So it's from her understanding of how the temple worked. Okay, that was a century earlier, but you could understand that it's steeped in the kind of the history and the kind of routines, and how the different characters operate feels very like realistic. Really good. I just thoroughly enjoying it from the first page, which is lovely. I'm only on page 90. But that's been like a couple of evenings before I've dropped off to sleep. That's mainly the problem, is I've been trying to read it when I go to bed, and I'm not getting very far before I'm off to sleep. But this weekend, we've got a long weekend coming up because it's the Whitsun weekend here. So we're off on Monday. I've taken a couple of days to go with it. So I shall have some reading time. And I'm looking forward to getting further into A Case of Mice and Men. Recommend. I mean, I'm not all the way through it, but I like the cut of its jib so far. So this is the book I've bought myself. It is my birthday weekend. Hooray! Which is very lovely. I'm not somebody that can be subtle about birthdays. You know, I'm not somebody who goes, no, please don't mention it. You know, what's another year? Don't make it about me. I'm like, no, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. Everybody stop. Make it about me. I want happy birthday sung to me very regularly. I am very demanding. I have been talking about it for quite some time already. Yeah, very excited. I do like my birthday. I don't expect everybody else to buy lots or anything like that. And that's not what I want. I just like the feeling of my birthday. That's it. It's the feeling of it. And I remember lovely birthdays from the past. Yeah, I like my birthday, and I like other people's birthdays as well. So I always love my husband's birthday, and I love my child's birthday. And if I'm invited to somebody's birthday, oh, it's lovely. I like buying presents for people on their birthday, just like birthdays, just that kind of girl. So yes, I am. I was just saying, I'm 53 on over the weekend, which is just marvellous. There are not many people that say that, but I just think it's brilliant. It's like, woohoo! You know, looking forward to becoming grown up. You know, I'll be more mature, I'll be wiser, I'll understand things better. You know, that kind of thing. I'll be able to cope. I'll do things when I say I'm going to do them, you know, without kind of needing prodding. Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. I can really feel that this is the year. This is the birthday when it will all make sense, and I'll become a grown-up. So yeah, look forward to next week when it'll be a new and improved and sleek big head bookworm who will have gotten all of her together. Yes, this is it. Every year is a hope. Every year comes with hope. So yeah. So I treated myself to a birthday book. I nearly always treat myself to a birthday book. I've quite often gone to a bookshop on my birthday and treated myself to a birthday book, open bracket, S, close bracket. Yeah. But the book I've actually bought myself is a book that I know without a shadow of doubt my mum would have bought me. She'd have seen it and bought it to me, and she would have said, don't buy that. I'm not telling you why you can't buy it, but don't buy it. And I'll have known that she's bought it. And I saw it and was like, yep. The thought didn't even cross my mind. The thought didn't even get to my mind before I'd actually paid for the book. I was like, I'm having that. It will make sense. If you've been with me for any length of time, you will know why. Yes! It's a Patricia Cornwell hardback. I was a huge fan of Patricia Cornwell. I do for her Scarpetta novels. So Patricia Cornwell wrote gritty, I don't know, they were quite ridiculous crime novels starring Dr. K. Scarpetta, including a cookery book that Dr. K. Scarpetta supposedly wrote, and all sorts of things. And there was Scarpetta, the TV series that came off the back of it. Patricia was thinly veiled on Patricia Cornwell, who, when she first came out, I was working in the bookshop, she was Patricia D. Cornwell, and she was known in the bookshop as Patty D. So in the bookshop I worked, it wasn't Patricia Cornwell, it was Patty D. She was always known as Patty D. So Patty D, I read them. I think she lost her way towards. Yeah, I haven't read a lot of her spin-off series. I did read Andy Brazil's series. I read Isle of Dogs, Southern Cross, and Hornet's Nest. They were terrible. I would say of her Scarpetta series, I'm trying to have a look to see how far down I went. I'm thinking there's probably... Now, this is odd. They've actually got the Scarpetta series in the front of the book. I can't work out which way it's supposed to go, actually. Doesn't it? Unnatural Death. Yeah, I've read an awful lot of them. There's probably only maybe two that I haven't read of the Scarpetta series. I think it lost its way after about 10. I carried on reading in the hope that it would come back to Winning Days again. Postmortem was her first one. I have reread it, and I do believe it stands the test of time. If you'd like I suppose to me they feel a bit more old-fashioned crime novel. This is set kind of, she is a pathologist It was unusual when it came out. It was unusual to have the detective, the crime being solved by the pathologist, although now that seems old hat, but she was one of the first to do it, was our Patricia Cornwell, Patty D. Postmortem, I think, stands the test of time and is a really good book. So I recommend that. So what is this you might be asking for? I had no idea this was coming out. This is the memoir of Patricia Cornwell called True Crime. It is odd because only the other day I was thinking, I've gone off biographies and memoirs. I used to read a lot of them. I didn't particularly like autobiographies, so I written by the person the book is about, written from the first person. Wasn't particularly keen on those. I preferred a biography, somebody else writing about them, because I felt that there was a bit more objectivity and a little less lying, blurring of the facts. However, I did read some autobiographies, or as this one is a memoir. What is the difference between an autobiography and a memoir? I have no idea, actually. Memoir, things that I remember, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. So this is, So this part of me is like really interested and wants to read it because it's Patty D's life, and I have read articles about her and I've read interviews about her. So that would be interesting to see what it is. The only thing is, I'm not sure I want to know all the grittiness, but however, I'm not going to read any more of her Scarpetta novels, so does it matter? But at the same time, you can see my hesitancy. I'm not going to read it this weekend. I'm going to finish A Case of Mice and Murder. I'm going to read that, and then I'm going to probably read I know of another book. I might even read a romance book, treat myself to a romance book, not romantasy. I don't like that phrase. Don't like that word. Don't like it. I know it's a thing, but, no. Flat out no to that. I might read a romance. So it's not going to be this weekend, but I want to get it sooner than later. Always got pictures in. I love a bit of photographs. I do love some photographs. Yeah, I might read it. See, now I want to read it. Oh, anyway, yeah, my mum would have bought me that in Heartbeat. So how lovely is that? So it's out in hardback at the moment. It is freshly out. It is £25, but you can get it on offer. Here, there and everywhere. That'd be a good name for a book place. Here, there and everywhere. There we go. So that's it's very, very tonal, that stack of books. That's my books. Now for my related to books thing. So you can see I've got a wax melt going. I have 2 candles, which I'm lighting in remembrance of Molly every day, which is my cat that recently passed, trotted over the Rainbow Bridge. So I light those and I say a prayer to Molly, say an invocation to Molly when I light them. And I have the wax melt so that the room smells nice. I quite like a scented candle, not too strong because it's only a small room, but I had the door open and some of mine are really lovely because it kind of invades the whole of upstairs. And that's quite nice. So you get that kind of, as you walk upstairs, you can smell the wax melt that I've been doing. So I do get a variety of things, but it does mean, because it's the spare room, that it's only me that comes in here, really, because it's full of craft stuff. I can use scents that basically the husband's not that keen on. Doesn't mind them, but he doesn't want them in the lounge because I have a wax burner in the lounge as well. So I was on the hunt for different wax melts because the ones that I've been using for a while, and I had realised they lose their potency really quickly, and that annoys me. But I don't like some of the commercial ones, like Yankee Candle ones. I find those too synthetic. I do like trying smaller producers, either like Etsy or things like that. And in the the drawer here, I have quite a few, but I'd run out of a lot. So I thought, oh, I'll try something different. And then I saw an advert for Wax and Words. And they are wax melts themed to, that you burn it and then you read a book. So they're kind of themed with it. So it's pair me with crime fiction. So this wax melt is called Noir Mystery. And the idea is that you light it and then you sit back and read your book. I just thought, okay, that's completely got me. I mean, I'll be living my best life if I did this. So you could get a bundle for £5 for £4, 4 for £5. That would be the wrong one. So it's a small company. I think it's only, you get the nicest emails. I ordered it direct from the website. You get really nice emails from the chap. I think his name's Rob or Robin. I get points if I reorder. So it's a small business, and it's called Wax and Words. Let's have a look on. I've got my phone here. Let me have a look. Actually, just charging at the moment. Let's have a look. Let me have a look. Bear with. Should I have looked this up before I came in? Yes. Wax. Yes. Hello. So who says it? Yeah, Rob. Thank you for support. Thanks for supporting Wax and Words. And it's given me the opportunity to review all of them. Let's say reply to. Can I? Wax and Words Limited. No, I can't find the website. Well, that's no use. Give me a. Oh, here we go. That will link me to the website, and that should change. Is that going to tell me what the website is? That would be handy. No. Okay. They're called Wax and Words. I'm sure it's, if you just looked up Wax and Words, you'd be able to find them. So I got a bundle for 5 for 4. They came relatively quickly, I would say, in a couple of days. Small business. I bought 5. 3 of them, the family, the 3 of us sat there going through them, sniffing them. And we agreed 3 that can go downstairs in the lounge. And I've got 2 upstairs for me here. So I've got Noir Mystery, which is tobacco, vanilla and fresh coffee to be paired with crime fiction. Very green. You get 6 per package. They're quite chunky when you break them up. Come on. I have opened them all up. So you get quite a big... They're quite big, but that means you get a decent amount of smell. I would say they're strong without being overpowering, and the scent does last. This is, tobacco, vanilla and fresh coffee. The one I've got going at the moment, which is a lovely green, can you see that? Is Witchwood Tales, which is dark berries, green leaves and amber, best paired with fantasy novels. Yeah, I can smell the green leaves and the amber. I wouldn't have got dark berries. And the thing about some green ones, they can smell a little bit like lavatory cleaner, but I don't feel that this one does, which is good, because otherwise I'd feel like I'd be sat in the bathroom, sat in the lavatory. Yes, this one we have had downstairs. In fact, it's the one that we've got downstairs at the moment, and we were watching something which was gothic, so it felt very appropriate. Or was I reading something gothic and I lit it? This is gothic fiction. Ooh. Isn't that delicious? That colour is bright red. This is with tobacco, vanilla and Nordic woods. Classic horror books. This is to be... Oh, yeah. No, that's really nice. That's fresher. I think the Nordic woods makes that fresher. Haven't used this one yet. Attic Whispers. Bit spooky. Horror books. Black pepper, pomegranate and leather. Yeah. They're good, aren't they? Well, you can't smell them. Yes. Joe Malone. I think it's the pomegranate, isn't it? Black pepper and pomegranate. Do you like Jo Malone's sniffs? And this is the last one, and this is the one that I saw and thought, oh, I really fancied that. And the child went, oh, I really like that one. We're in A-levels, by the way. We're in A-level land. It has started. Doing brilliantly. They're doing brilliantly. So yeah. Mork. Cedarwood, smoke and wet earth. Pair me with Nordic noir. God, I don't know what that's going to be like. The wet earth, you can. And the smoky smell. Really, you know, kind of spot on. So yeah. So I thought that might be interesting. You might be interested in that if you quite like the idea of doing a bit of theming. You know, bit of whimsy for you there. So yes, I'll put those to one side to take those back downstairs. I thought you might like that. So there we go, friends. Friday Reads. How long have I been going on for? I was going to make this shorter. I've done it for half an hour. I will make it shorter. Somebody asked me, was I going to do any knitting or crafting videos? Yes, they will be coming. I want to get back in the habit of Friday Reads and do the booktube first. And then I want to she'll do some more knitting and crafting. Just to show you what I've been working on at the moment. I made this very, very handsome fella. I know it looks like a lady, but he is actually a gentleman, and they've called him Elvis. Look at that comb. Whoa, you beauty. Husband says he's got a bit of heft to him. A bit of, yeah. Might take him to work and he might become my emotional support. I know you can, I've got the pattern for the emotional support chicken, but I might actually just take him because he just is. He just is, isn't he? Oh, you're so handsome. It's got attitude. It's got attitude. It's exactly the same pattern as that one. And they come out so different, the personality. So yeah, that's just thought I'd show you that. What I've been doing. There we go. There we go. You've had everything in this. Random. I will get more focused and less. I won't. I was going to say I was going to get, I will, because it's my birthday and I'm going to become a grown up and I'm going to become wise and mature. Going to get my together and, you know, yeah, sleek Big Head Booktube next week. I am going to be, woo! Yeah, you'll notice difference. You'll be like, wow, that woman, she's really become grown up and suddenly, yeah, she knows what she's doing. It all makes sense to her now. Yeah, looking forward to that. That's going to be a heck of a weekend, isn't it? Yeah, that's great. I hope you've got a lovely weekend coming up and you've got things doing. And yeah, so no tabletop sale this weekend. I'll get back to you about the quiz. Right, lovely. Well, this has been lovely, BookTube. Let's do this again. Bye.